Saturday. Oh my god! This draft really does suck, huh?
What? CM Punk? CM Punk is back?
Well, I thought I got it. Yeah! Let's get it!
Because Rollins is sitting there dancing with the fucking crowd! Oh! Yeah, he's back! He's back! Let's go! Go!
Enjoy the watch along, y'all.
We are wrestling.
Olympic hero Kurt Angle, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling Podcast. We Are Wrestling Podcast.
Hey everybody, Eric Bischoff here, and you are listening to We Are Wrestling Podcast. You're watching We Are Wrestling.
I'm the host with the most.
You are by far the least intelligent. Stay tuned. Listen to the podcast. Best one, Donnie, might teach you a thing or two.
What is going on, We Are Wrestling Maniacs Worldwide? Ben here, one half of the We Are Wrestling Podcast.
If you ain't listening to the We Are Wrestling Podcast, bro, you're missing out. The King listens, and you need to too, bro.
Ricky knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you.
We Are Wrestling Podcast.
We are wrestling.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself, the best one, Donnie, here with...
What's going on, We Are Wrestling Maniacs Worldwide? It is Ben, Uncle Ben, America's favorite uncle in wrestling's punching bag, and today we are joined by a very, very, very special guest, 1/3 of the OG lineup of We Are Wrestling Podcast, Mr. Danny Huckins. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Happy to be here. It's a very, spontaneous thing. But you know what? With the Wrestling Classic happening this Saturday and all three of us going to be in attendance for it, I figured why the hell not, man? Have all three of us back together again. It's going to be huge, bro.
Yeah.
That's right. Absolutely last minute, but hey, it is what it is. We're going to be doing a special live episode this week of the We Are Wrestling Podcast, so whoever joins us, we want you guys to be a part of it by interacting with us, because this whole episode, we have 5 wrestling topics that we're going to be talking about. We're going to be sharing our thoughts on it. But before we get into that, if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already and you're listening to this episode wherever you get your podcast, give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download the episode. But if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, over on the YouTube channel where you get the best pro wrestling content, look at that. Angelo, one of our We Are Wrestling Maniacs, he's here with us right now.
Angelo is good.
And if you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, we recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course you already know, the grind is real.
Oh my God! Sorry.
Joey Styles up in this bitch.
Yeah, dude, I got
Man,
the
honestly, it feels really good to have like the original 3 here for this episode this week.
It's fucking weird.
It is, man.
Fucking weird. It's
Over
really
100
weird.
episodes we did together. Over
Just
100.
to know, man, I do watch every week, and you guys are fucking killing the game, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're killing the game right now with the live watch-alongs, Daddy.
Bro, like, I think all three of us are just fucking killing it right now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'd like to say that we're finding some successes in certain areas. Yeah, for
Like,
sure. I'll back that.
I feel like 2025, it's gonna get even bigger.
That's always the goal. Always.
I'm hoping so,
But
man.
a couple reminders though for all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there, because we're halfway through November And this Saturday, the Wrestling Classic 5, if you guys are in the Springfield, Mass area, South End Community Center, highly recommend you guys to come out to the Classic. There's going to be lots of awesome legends, and not just any other legends. We Are Wrestling. We're hanging out with Little Guido Nuncio, who just showed up in NXT. So he'll be hanging out at the We Are Wrestling table from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and we're also going to be going to Blitzkrieg Pro later on that night. And then, of course, there's 2 watch-alongs coming out. Next Saturday, AEW Full Gear will be live here on the We Are Wrestling channel. I believe myself and Ricky Knows Best. And I'm sure Danny will be doing his own watch-along over on his channel. And then, of course, the end of the month, November 30th, we're going to be doing a big Survivor Series watch-along that you guys are definitely not going to want to miss.
Yeah,
and the
man.
best way to stay in tune with everything is following We Are Wrestling over on the social media pages. And, of course, hitting that subscribe button now and turning on the post notifications.
Dude, Angelo, you have to have had the script or something, because that's literally the first topic we're talking about.
That's
You
right.
have
So
to have
Angelo just said, since they have the women's U.S. title on SmackDown, do you think Raw will have the women's Intercontinental title? We can answer that one before we get into our topics.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point it's kind of obvious. Like, I feel like that's what's going to happen. You know, there's not just going to be one mid-card title for fucking one brand. If they did that shit, then what's the point of the brand split? Like, what's the point of having all this progress that we've made just to backpedal? So I'm almost expecting an Intercontinental title or of some sort, maybe even like a European title of some sort for the women. You know, like, I'm expecting that on the other brand, because we already saw what the fucking detrimental shit the tag team titles are still going through to this day. We don't want to we don't want to overcrowd it yet. So I think we're going to get we're going to get a massive women's US title tournament, and it's going to determine which brand it's going to start on, more than likely. I think it's going to be maybe 10 superstars on one brand, 10 on the other. You know, we're going to go through this for a few weeks, and then we're going to at the probably the next big pay-per-view, I'd probably say we're in November now. So maybe by Royal Rumble, we'll crown a fucking US champion.
So how do you feel about it, Danny?
I'm going to make a bold prediction here, and I don't know if anybody's going to agree with me. But I feel like come 2025, the brand split's going to be no more. Because, you know, with the whole Netflix deal, you know, obviously they're going to get main priority when it comes to picking talent or whatever, and you know it's going to leave SmackDown pretty much hung dry, you know, with Roman and Cody and CM Punk and all these massive stars being on Monday Night Raw because they want them. I feel like the only way you can do it without having SmackDown suffer is that just end the brand split. That way they can be on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, I could see something happening like that. I know Ricky and I were talking about it, I believe, last week on the show, and one of the predictions that we made was if Raw was to get, and the 3 names that were mentioned that Netflix is interested in is Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns. We could see SmackDown do what they did back in 2016 with the first draft, and have pretty much the SmackDown Live, where they focus on more of the newer talent, the land of opportunity.
So
that
I
was
heard
something that was being thrown around too.
Can one of you guys confirm this for me? So I heard that SmackDown is not only going to be a 3-hour show come January, but apparently at some point it's going to Netflix too. Once the US
it is
signal
going
runs out or something.
It will be going to Netflix. So here's how it's going to work.
Okay.
All right. Internationally, starting in January, SmackDown, all their PLEs, Raw, all that NXT, all that stuff is going to be on Netflix internationally. Meaning, if you get a VPN, you'll have the entire library on Netflix instead of Peacock and these other means. Okay. Once the USA deal expires, I don't know how long it is, but once it expires, Triple H said on the Pat McAfee show months back, he was like, I expect Netflix to want to pick up SmackDown, PLEs, all this other content.
Yeah, I could definitely see something there happening as well. But here's what I think about the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I think realistically, they're either going to crown the champion on the first episode of Raw on Netflix, or they're going to announce the championship on that first episode.
But I mean, if they do end up
And hold on 1 second. And here's what I also think is going to happen too. It's basically going to be the Intercontinental Championship with a white strap on it.
So how do you think? So,
Miz.
Hot take. What if the first U.S. women's champion isn't even here yet? What if it's Charlotte Flair?
Ooh, we're going to get into that in just a moment. But we do have a couple comments here that we'll read real quick. We got Brian Cutler in the chat. What's going on, Brian? Hope you're doing good. What? Becky Lynch comes back. She's going to be a heel. Well, from the last thing I heard, I don't know if you can confirm this or not, Danny, but I read something, I believe Sam Roberts said that he doesn't think that she's ever going to come back.
She might come back at some point.
Because I guess they offered $2 million or something. Or she wanted $2 million and they denied or something.
Jonathan Coachman said that on his podcast, whatever. And Sean Ross Sapp came out with a report and said that's absolutely ridiculous because Charlotte Flair is making, anywhere between $5 to $7 million. So if Becky Lynch wanted to, why wouldn't WWE,
really, Logan? Okay.
You know what I mean? I do think Becky Lynch will come back at some point. It's only a matter of time. What's weird to me is shortly after she left WWE, she trademarked Rebecca Quinn, which is her real name, but the name she used on the Indies. So, if she was planning on continuing as Becky Lynch, why would she trademark this other name if she's just going to be known as Becky Lynch? That's
probably for promotional reasons for her other endeavors. She's actually trademarking her real name, so it's not used by any other brand, including WWE, so that they don't legally own her name.
Well, yeah, but if she does end up going back to WWE and she does do these outside endeavors or whatever, a lot of the time because her name is recognizable as Becky Lynch, that's the name that they use.
Ooh, Angela, let's.
All right, now I was just gonna say I'm reading the comments here, and you guys, I'm glad that I could tell you guys have seen our social media posts.
Jordan Vega, what's going on, brother?
This week's episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast, we're gonna be doing something completely different. Normally, we go through highlight of the weeks, power of the poll, getting put over. Weekly news, rumors, recaps. But this week we decided, since we're doing a live episode, and we really never have a format, and I figured, why not? Let's have a format where we talk about 5 topics this week, and we want you guys to interact. We want you guys to be a part of it by giving your opinions, which right now, you guys are already ahead of us, going crazy with question 1, which will be the Women's United States Champion. So I am going to just go over the questions real quick for the maniacs that are listening, that are watching. So pretty much this week, here's our 5 topics. So starting things off with question 1, who should be the first women's U.S. champion? The second question we're going to be asking you guys is, do you think TNA Wrestling is the number 2 promotion right now? Question number 3, who should John Cena face at the Royal Rumble now that it's been confirmed that he will be at the Rumble in Indianapolis? Question 4, if Jon Moxley returned to WWE, how would you bring him back? Because there was some fan last night in Bridgeport who yelled, go back to Roman. And the last question we have here, our main event question, who should be the 5th person for each team? But obviously, we're going to start this off with the Women's United States Championship. So, apparently, last Friday on SmackDown, they pretty much made the announcement that we are getting a Women's Mid-Card Championship. So, who should be the first Women's U.S. Champion? What do you guys think?
I'll let you go first, Dan.
Bold prediction, and, if you would have asked me this 2 months ago, it would have been a completely different answer. But seeing as she has been showcased on television on a very regular basis, and she's been involved in a woman's champion, sort of teaming up and helping her out, I say you put the strap on Candice LeRae.
Ooh. Hey, she is a Triple H girl. First speed champion for the women.
Imagine her as U.S. champion, Nia Jax as women's world champion.
I'm going to go with somebody else. I'm going to go with somebody else out of pocket, and that's probably that you're not going to expect. But if I'm going to go with a mid-card women's title, the first person I feel like should win it shouldn't be somebody who's already been established, somebody who's already won a women's championship on the main roster. I feel like it should be Lyra Valkyria.
That's another good one. I feel like I'd rather see her win the
up.
Intercontinental.
Ever since she came up, dude, she's been fucking killing it, and she's been working from the bottom up, dude. She's
she
so
on Raw?
fucking talented.
Yeah, that's the issue. That's the issue with Raw, man. Like I feel like you're about to say the same thing I'm saying right now.
What's weird. When they announced this U.S. title, right? They didn't say if it was like brand exclusive. So can it?
It is. I think it's SmackDown exclusive. That they didn't mention
everybody
it on Raw.
Everybody on Raw is disqualified.
So then we have to have an IC title for the women then, or something.
Yeah, I think we're definitely getting a women's IC title, but I do have somebody in mind. She is on the SmackDown brand currently, and I feel like she needs to be rewarded. Like
Meechum would be great.
Things that she's done this year. I'm going with Chelsea Green. I feel like she should be the first champ. She has been killing this Karen role. And I feel like she definitely deserves to be rewarded. And then eventually, she could piss off Piper Niven, and then you could have Piper Niven turn on her, and then end up winning the title.
Could you imagine Candice LeRae like bedazzling the fucking U.S. Women's Championship? And like
I could actually see that.
You
know, Don, you might be cooking on something though, bud. Like, you might be cooking there because I'm just like, you know what? What kind of upset would that be if she actually took it? Like, people were expecting this huge like thing, and then all of a sudden she just wins it out of fucking nowhere. That would piss so many people off. But at that point, you know, not only is she getting pushed to the moon, but we're going to be getting some great storylines. So, as much as I would like that to happen the least, I could see that happening, and honestly, I could rock with it if worse came to worse.
Plus,
but I'm still going to stay with.
And plus, it could really help Piper Niven too. Become like a top singles star. She could be a babyface.
You're not wrong.
In the process of it,
I like what Chelsea Green's been doing. You know, she's been booked really strong on TV. So
because you see, my problem is like with the Raw brand, like with the women, there's only 3 women that feel important on that brand. And that's Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez, and Liv Morgan. Everybody else does not matter, which is why like we really need to get like a women's mid-card title for Zelina Vega, for Lila Valkyria. Like we need Kairi Sane. Like these women need something to compete for. That's not a tag title.
This is why I originally was saying like I don't necessarily think the brand split is needed. Like when the brand split came into fruition in 2002. Think of everybody, like, think of the roster that WWE had. They had The Rock, they had Triple H, they had Steve Austin, they had Brock Lesnar.
Shut up, Danny. Don't remind me of the things that we don't have anymore.
You know what I mean? They don't have that. They don't, but in reality, they don't have that jam-packed roster anymore. In 2024, I don't think they need a brand split. They don't have too many, like, gigantic stars like they did when the brand split first came into fruition.
Yeah.
You're also cooking there, Danny. You're also
I have to agree. But let's read some of the comments now on who the Maniacs think should be the Women's United States Champion. So, Logan James, we saw this comment a while ago. Kairi Sane, the first ever Women's United States Champion, my opinion.
That'd be fucking
that
cool.
Could be something interesting.
That'd be fucking cool.
Let's see here. We got Angelo. Is it just me, or are they building Naomi up to win it because she has been winning a lot lately, but I want Chelsea Green to win it? I could see Naomi. She is somebody that has been very solid on SmackDown since coming back.
Then again, I feel like that would also be super lazy because they're just like adding more gold to a stable that's already being teased to be broken up. So it's like, I don't know. You know, I kind of don't want that. I kind of almost want Naomi to like win the tournament almost, and then Chelsea wins it out of nowhere. Like that's the storyline.
So like Naomi versus Chelsea in the finals.
Yes, and then have Chelsea win it, and then have them start feuding, which will obviously give a good build to whatever pay-per-view is the closest.
I wouldn't mind Kairi Sane winning it. But my thing with that is we don't know like what she's going to be doing because she did win that Battle Royal to get a shot at the actual WWE Championship. So
that's
that was Io. That was Io Sky.
I thought that was Kairi. Oh yeah,
no, that was Io.
Yeah, it's Io.
Crazy 101 said the women's U.S. title is so lazy looking. Laugh my ass off. They should have made it look different. Typical WWE with their belt designs.
Yeah. Leave it up to creative when it comes to the designing of all of their drip. Not
and we got Jordan Vega in here. What's going on, Jordan? Charlotte Flair for U.S. Women's Champion. I don't want that to happen right away. Like, I feel like the first champion needs to be somebody that hasn't won the world title, like Ben was saying earlier. Yep. And I think Chelsea Green, she's perfect.
I can go another 7 years without seeing Charlotte Flair hold the title. Just because, like,
honestly, I'm with you.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to like the the U.S. title, like Charlotte, we don't need that right now with her. I feel like she can't compete for a title. Like
She
I
doesn't.
think they should throw her into like a tag team with somebody.
Where she has almost low key like Roman Reigns aura in the women's division, she doesn't have that same talent where Roman can make himself feel less important. Like he can bring himself down to the mid card.
And still
Drew
be over as
McIntyre
fuck.
can bring himself down to the mid card. Randy Orton can still bring himself down to the mid card. She can't yet. That's something that we have to bring down. Is we got to give her a little bit more humility, and we got to give her a little bit more of gratuitous L's. Like she's got to drop a little bit. And she's
kind of got to put some people over.
And with Charlotte
Exactly.
Flair, like
cleanly.
she's had the title a lot, but she's never really been in like a memorable storyline outside of like the most memorable thing she's done in her entire career was probably being one of the women that main evented that WrestleMania. I think it was WrestleMania.
That was a good
36.
storyline with her, Ronda, and Becky. That was pretty.
But
good.
That was a phenomenal triple threat.
She's had a lot of title reigns, but you don't really remember any of them because they haven't been memorable. You know what I mean?
They're too
That's
quick.
my issue.
But a lot of that's not Triple H's fault. He's just giving the cards.
A lot of that
dealt
was
with.
booked under Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
because I will say, like under Triple H, like Charlotte wasn't that horrible. Like like I'm still like I want a break from her. Like I want her to put people over, but like under Triple H, like she's not being like exactly Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Like she is actually being Charlotte.
This is gonna be shitty to say, but like I hope she does enter the U.S. women's tournament and starts putting people over up there, like over during that, because that's not only gonna look really good on her, and two, I'm getting to a point now where I kind of miss seeing Charlotte on TV, just because we're seeing the same shit repeatedly almost, and we need some kind of star power in the mix. And
I was gonna say, like realistically, like love her or hate her, she is a draw.
Draw.
On the Raw brand right now, they could fucking benefit from having somebody who's established like her.
Donnie, yes, and so I would say
literally
right
on
now,
Raw, there's only 3 people that I actually give a fuck about: Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. That's it.
The Judgment Day is pretty much dead, since they excommunicated Rhea and Damian. I mean, I feel like in a lot of ways they were like the lifeblood of what made Judgment Day cool.
Yeah, but we also do have a couple more comments here before we do get into our final answer. Angelo says, I would rather have Michin than Candice LeRae. Crazy 101, Michin would be good, which honestly, if it's not Chelsea Green, I am all for Mia Yim to win the championship.
Dude, nobody has worked as hard and has taken more L's graciously than anybody else, and she's so fucking talented, especially in TNA, dude. She was so fucking talented, and I feel like she really needs like push. So I would 100% say Michin, because we haven't seen her in the grip.
If they build up Raquel more, I could see her and Liv being both champs. I could see them winning the tag titles. I would rather that than Bianca and Jade, honestly. Crazy 101. Bailey for the name value to add a lot to the start of the lineage. I think Bailey needs a break.
Yeah, I think Bailey needs.
She don't need the U.S. title. Keep her far away.
Damage control. I mean, even before Bailey left, like they were starting to fucking die off quick. Like there was like no lifeblood in that group at all, and the fact that they're still continuing, it kind of irritates me. Not even gonna lie.
Ooh, if they bring up maybe Roxanne
Perez, 100%, I could see that.
I think she's gonna. I think she'll win like an Intercontinental or United States when she gets.
I feel like I definitely feel like within the next couple months they're bringing up Roxanne and Cora Jade. I don't see them not. You know what I mean?
Oh, Alex, yeah.
Alex Johnson, in my opinion, Liv needs
Alex,
to win the
let's
Liv
saw
and
you,
Rhea feud way more than Rhea does. Team Liv, I'm with you.
Napper bow tie, brother.
Tiffany versus Charlotte, WrestleMania 41. That could be a good one.
That could be.
And
a
our
really
last
good
comment that we'll read here, Logan James. I think Io versus Liv in Raw. Io Sky not win, and Rhea versus Liv Saturday night main event. Rhea wins at Io Sky challenges on Rhea. No. Liv Morgan needs to keep the belt.
He said no, not
happening.
He said no,
All right, so now let's share our final thoughts. Like, who do you want to be the first United States champion?
I still gotta go with Candice LeRae. You know, she's forming some kind of partnership with Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax. You know, and
Yeah,
Nia
especially
Jax
since her
is
tag partner got fucking released. Yeah.
Nia Jax is like a force on
Indy
even
got
before Indy
fucked.
Hartwell got released. She was sort of like tagging along with them or whatever. So I could see her winning the U.S. title. Don't see Tiffany Stratton because she does have the briefcase. We don't know what's gonna happen with that. You know what I
Yep,
mean?
keep her away from the mid card title.
So I mean, I could see they've been booking Candice LeRae strong, so I could honestly see her as a potential competitor.
Alrighty, Ben, who do you got?
In a perfect world, I'd want to say Lyra Valkyria, but I think it's going to be Chelsea Green.
Yep, I'm going Chelsea Green, baby. I am not changing my answer. I think that she could really make that championship prestigious, and I think that will just generate a lot of heat.
I want to know like how they're gonna
Yeah,
go about
Alex.
like announcing the who's gonna be the first champion, because Nick Aldis said that it's not just gonna be handed over; they have to earn it. So is there gonna be like a tournament that we don't know about? Like, is the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble gonna fucking get a shot at the title or whatever? Like, they can pick and choose if they want a shot at the women's title or the fucking U.S. title. Like,
oh, please don't do that. If you
I
win the
know.
Women's Royal Rumble, I keep it tradition. If you win a Royal Rumble, you go for the World Championship.
I feel like that's
if
what
you win
I
a Money
feel
in the
like
Bank,
that's
you
what
go
a
for the
Vince
World
McMahon move would've
Championship,
been.
not a fucking U.S. title.
That'd be LOL funny.
I would be so mad, and Ben
If
would
Vince
probably
was
be sitting there
looking, you know
laughing
he'd
at
get
me
it.
while I get pissed.
That's good shit, pal.
And
He
before
played
I forget, too, I do want to thank all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs that I did bump into at Big Event New York, and that vlog will be coming out tomorrow, which is why we're doing a live episode of the podcast today.
And we got the Wrestling Classic on Saturday, man. So if you guys are in Springfield, Mass, or Connecticut, come on down to the community center, hang out with us. It's gonna be a good time.
All right,
Hell
so
yeah.
now let's get into topic number 2, our second question of the episode. And we still highly recommend all the Maniacs to continue going into the live chat, because this is a lot of fun right now. I'm having a blast doing this. I like this concept. I don't know about you guys.
I like it so far.
I'm having a blast. I love streaming, so it's better than filming pre-recorded content, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I hear you. All right, well, question number 2. Because a lot of people have been talking about TNA Wrestling, their attendance the last couple of months. They have been selling out their shows, and now some are even saying that TNA is the number 2 wrestling promotion. So, do you think TNA Wrestling is the number 2 promotion right now?
Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. They're killing it every fucking week. They're selling out shows. The stories are strong. They're taking necessary risks. None of the matches feel randomly put together. Everything has value. And they have a working relationship with WWE, and it's working. Like, there's no controversy. What the fuck do you want me to say? What the fuck do you want me to say? Just because there's bigger stars on one brand and a millionaire is fucking running it does not necessarily mean it's the number 2 competitor. And that's not just speaking out of hate for the company. It's speaking a numbers fact. Maybe it's not fucking doing the greatest numbers viewership wise, but it's because fucking TNA barely has a fucking deal. So they're killing it, and the fans are gravitating more towards TNA, and they're barely even seen compared to AEW. So you have to really beg the question here: who's really running the better product?
They do got a lot of momentum right now. I do agree with you on that one.
And it's been
what's your thoughts
consistent.
on it, Danny?
I don't watch the TNA regular shows, the weekly shows or whatever, just because I don't like pre-recorded shows. You know, I never feel like they're really important. You know, if they were important, they would be live weekly. And I understand, you know, it's cost effective to do pre-recorded shows, you know, have just a whole weekend of recordings. That way you have a couple weeks of television or whatever. So I understand why they do it. I don't necessarily like it. I still got as much as it pains me to say, because AEW has been absolute fucking ass the last several months. I still gotta say AEW is number 2 because of the publicity that they get, the star power that they have. You know,
And here's the thing,
pay-per-views usually are always sellouts for the most part.
Going into Crazy's comment though, when he said because AEW recently got a TV deal. See right there though, they can get a TV deal. They live on their pay-per-views. But
well, here, let me read the comment for the listeners.
Oh, okay, yeah, got you.
So, Crazy 101, here's what Ben's referring to. Crazy 101 said no, because AEW recently got a big TV deal. They sell a lot of pay-per-views. Their in-ring wrestling is great. / TNA is good, but it's not number 2 because it started selling more, in my opinion.
Okay, and that's a very valid opinion to have. Now, where I disagree is because they have a TV deal. They sell a lot of pay-per-views. That's great. Pay-per-views, they've proven to really kill it with the pay-per-views. Pay-per-views are Tony's thing. Here's the thing, though. When getting a TV deal, they're going for your weekly shows. They're not paying for your pay-per-views. They're not doing that. So when the show starts to really crash and crumble like it fucking has consistently, like most shows, things get canceled, homie. And this is a big deal. And if they fuck this up, where's the comeback from there? It doesn't matter.
To be fair,
it doesn't matter.
AEW got lucky because they did sign a massive deal with Warner Brothers Discovery just this year, recently. The last
But
couple
look
of
at how
months.
Warner Brothers Discovery is doing. Shit in equity. So
That is true.
realistically,
Well, I
what are
mean,
we talking about here?
Their weekly shows are going to be on Max as well as TBS and TNT. So HBO Max is a pretty big streaming.
It is,
service.
yeah. But at the same time, just think about it. In terms of equity, like HBO Max, even they're not doing that great in equity either. So you have to think about those numbers and those viewership numbers because a lot of people, they don't think HBO Max, yeah, I'm going to watch some fucking pro wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, you don't think that. Netflix, you do, because one, they already have plenty of pro wrestling shows that have made a lot of viewership noise before WWE was even mentioned inking a deal. So
Heels, OVW.
I will say this:
So-
TNA puts on a better product and better shows.
if
But
they,
I just still feel like because of the growth of AEW and the fact
if
that it's only been
TNA
around 5 years, and it's it's on a national syndicated network, it's on HBO Max, coming in January. I still feel like, as much as it pains me to say it because I fucking hate the direction that it's going creatively, AEW is still number 2.
no, and
So I
get
do
you.
want to share my thoughts on this.
Crazy. I respect your opinion, by the way, too, brother. All love.
So Angelo here makes a pretty valid point. I like TNA's regular shows better than AEW, but I like AEW pay-per-views more.
TK is Mr. Pay-Per-View, so
Oh,
that's what I like.
100%.
Oh yeah, I
I'll
think
give that
even
to
AEW pay-per-views arguably are better than WWE. I can admit
Most
too.
times consistently, yes. I'll even give you that. 100. I'll give
But,
credit where it's due.
but now here's where I want to share my thoughts on this. So as a day one AEW viewer, it's not the same product that it once was. And me personally, I am enjoying TNA a lot more than AEW right now, currently. But I do have to put my personal opinion aside. And if we're talking about the number 2 wrestling promotion, yes, TNA's got a lot of momentum going for them, and I hope they keep this momentum because they were number 2 for a very long time. And then, of course, they had a lot of issues going on with their promotion. So I hope eventually TNA can get back to that. Because at the end of the day, like wrestling as a whole, we want to see it succeed. And in my opinion, AEW is the number 2 promotion because of Tony Khan's money, because they are on a television deal. TNA, on the other hand, if you want to watch it, you got to go to Access TV that nobody has access to,
It's
or
not
the
even on
TNA
YouTube
app.
TV.
And even like the AEW pay-per-views, they still draw more. And I feel like and also TNA, remind you, a lot of the shows that and I'm not trying to discredit them, but a lot of these shows that they've been selling out are in gymnasiums. That is completely different than a crowd. So I kind of want to see if AEW went into a gymnasium, which one would fill more. And I feel like AEW would probably beat them.
Then let me ask you something to like end the perspective on like for me for this topic. Then it's a question. It's an open question for you guys, and it's also an open question for both of you. If TNA had the same TV deals that AEW just signed, do you think that they'd have the capacity and basically the willpower and the fucking miracle of the gods to become the number 2 promotion?
Yep,
Had they
easily,
just-
hands down, not even gonna argue it. Nope, 1000%. TNA would still be number 2 if they had the money and the finances.
Okay,
There's
cool.
no
That's all I just
arguing
wanted
Bro,
to
that.
know.
I remember at times where TNA was
I'm an AEW
drawing
mark.
just as much as WWE back in the mid 2000s when they were on TNA.
Dude,
they were
wrestling
getting
was
like
just
4 or 5
booming.
million views per show.
wrestling was fucking booming, dude. Like we even had Wrestling Society X going on at the time too. Like, dude, I was on all the shit, bro.
I feel like Anthem, who owns TNA, I feel like they need to push
Sell
to
the
get their
TKO.
product out there more instead of using their own streaming service or whatever.
But I will
a
say
casual
though,
viewer who's not sure about TNA, they're not gonna fucking show up to add another monthly bill for a TNA only streaming service. They're not. It's just not gonna happen.
well, to crazy, you said this here, and I do want to bring this up. I don't personally think TNA could sell a stadium right now. Well, AEW is not selling out a stadium. They are filling up the stadium, but they're not selling it out. I think WWE is the only realistic choice there to actually sell out a stadium.
I'm very curious to see.
Yes, Alex, we are in a little bit.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see how All In is going to sell out next year and when they go to Texas. Because it's different being in the UK because, like, over here in the US, it's, we're saturated with pro wrestling.
Wait, whoa. Wait, All In next year is going to be in Texas and not Wembley?
Yep, they're going to be, I forgot what baseball team, but they're going to be at a baseball stadium.
Ooh, that could be good.
So I'm kind of curious to see like how it sells out. You know what I mean?
All right, so Don, I'm coming over in August. I'm gonna check that out.
Hell yeah!
I think it's actually in July.
Hopefully they pick up momentum by then.
Oh, it's in late July this year instead of early August.
I gotta see. I swear.
Yeah, you do the research, but
you do that. Me and Don will talk.
Oh man, so here's like what I feel like with AEW. I think they're putting on great pay-per-views, but none of it's benefiting anything because it's not translating good to the shows.
Yeah, because
and
they
that's
just go back into the abyss of randomness. It's like, where are you getting these random matches for follow-ups to amazing pay-per-views? Like, how do you fumble that bad? And that's where like I'm having like a lot of just back and forths in my head of like, dude, is Tony Khan genuinely just inept? Like, it just how does that happen? You know, that's like my biggest thing. There's no fluidity.
To his defense, I feel like the reason why this happens, and I think that like Tony Khan, like he's great with matchmaking, but like here's the issue with Tony Khan. He's taking on way too much. Like he owns Ring of Honor, he owns AEW.
Ring of Honor.
He has his own. He has a job with the Jacksonville Jaguars that his father owns, which is a huge responsibility because if you guys didn't know, because I do follow football as well, Tony Khan's job is to recruit, like, player. Like, he pretty much has to, like, he's in charge of the upcoming players in the NFL draft. So he goes out and he scouts college players.
And no shit, he does the same thing in AEW. Look how oversaturated his shit is now, Donnie.
But what I mean is he just has so much going on, and sometimes when you do too much...
Yeah, I got you, bro.
You're not focused.
When's All In?
All In 2025 will be July 12th, and it will be taking place at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas.
Ooh, it's a whole month earlier. Fuck yeah. Good shit. We eating this summer, boys. Anyways, but
it said this will also be the first professional wrestling event held at Globe Life Field.
Oh,
okay.
Fuck, and they're making history? Fuck yeah. Good shit.
I do
they
know
need the dub.
AEW has they get good crowds when they go to Texas.
They do.
Oh, fucking good.
That Arlington arena, Danny, for the Collision tapings and Ring of Honor pay-per-views, that was a great step in the right direction.
I heard they were going to make that a regular thing, but apparently that didn't end, that ended very shortly.
I was waiting for somebody to bring it up. Yes, crazy. They should absolutely let Scott D'Amore run ROH. 100%. If anything. If
Bro,
you want to take it to the competitor, that's what you do.
I heard Scott D'Amore's show that he put on a couple weeks ago. I heard that was a massive success.
His show?
Yeah.
Yep, Maple Leaf.
What, Maple Leaf Pro?
They had a great show. I watched the highlights to it. It was actually pretty good. But let's read some of the comments now about this AEW and TNA, like who's number 2. So a couple of the comments that we do have here. Let's see. We'll start off with Alex Johnson. I haven't been feeling Mercedes Moné and AEW anymore. Hey, I'm the biggest Sasha Banks fan, and I'm not even feeling it either. Moving on now, Crazy 101.
Over.
Also, another thing in the story, AEW has good stories. This year, compared to last year, and Sting's send-off was great. I respect your opinion, Ben. But I do agree, like, storylines are getting better, but I feel like...
AEW are fucking ass, bro. I hate to break it to you.
But I will say, like, the stories are good, but it's just not translating well on television.
John Moxley's idea of taking over TBS is throwing a cameraman in the fucking ring and then a fan shouting, "Go back to Roman!"
We're gonna get to that, Danny. We gotta wait.
Fatality.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's see here what we have. All in AEW WrestleMania, right? Yes, it is. Angelo. Hey, we got Jordan Kirby in here. What's been AEW's best story right now? Definitely not John Moxley, according to Danny.
This is a you guys conversation. I'm just gonna chill and scroll while you guys talk about
So
this.
the question was from Jordan Kirby. He said, "Who's been AEW's best story right now?" My opinion, Kyle Fletcher, Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
Easily.
Bro, their promo last night was straight fire, man. That hyped me the fuck up.
I will be doing a reaction to that, but I heard it was really
shit,
good.
that was quick. Okay, never mind.
I don't know what they're doing with Max. Well, nobody does because none of the things that they do translate on TV. You have to be following them
That
on
says
social
Mox,
media.
not Max.
Oh.
I was like, MJF, the fucking company, or fucking who, bro? What do you mean, Max?
I don't know what this relates. Oh God, I don't know what this relates to this whole topic here. But Alex Johnson wants to say this: Ruby Soho and Angelo Parker's baby girl was born not too long ago.
My guy over here stuck in the socials, bro. Alex, man, let me know if you find their social security number.
Ooh, that's a good one there, Crazy. Tony and Mariah May's story was fire. Sting send-off was great. Hangman versus Swerve was great, too. I'm talking all around this year.
The last great
I
story
agree.
was Hangman versus Swerve. Once that story ended, they've had nothing.
Yeah, but let's give our final thoughts now on this. So, do you think TNA Wrestling is the number 2 wrestling promotion right now?
No, Donnie. All right, fuck, no.
I know that pains you to say that, Ben.
It does pain me fucking to say that because it's not.
They have
true.
They have the potential, and I feel like Anthem needs to put a lot more stock into TNA.
Right, no,
You know,
let me
they need to
rephrase
get
this.
them a better TV deal. They need to get them in front of
Let me
more
rephrase
eyes.
this. No, let me rephrase this. It is the fucking number 2, but nobody can see it. Why? Because they don't have a fucking deal. I said it. I said it.
All right, that's the best way to end this. Topic number 2. So obviously we know AEW is number 2, but TNA
Yes,
should be number 2.
Christian's story is good. Just don't go up to him and say you don't have a dad because, you know, well, he really will be your daddy after that.
Yeah, like they haven't really done much with that, but that's another topic for another day. But I do want to talk about the WWE ID real quick before we do get into our third topic for the special live episode. We Are Wrestling. We want to send our congratulations to all the latest signees for the WWE ID, but in particular, we want to congratulate Bryce Donovan and Marcus Mathers, who have wrestled numerous times at Blitzkrieg Pro, which is the independent professional wrestling company that We Are Wrestling sponsors. So we do want to send our congratulations over to Bryce and Marcus. Very, very talented individuals, and I think that they have been, like, they've needed this opportunity, and I think they're going to go out and they're going to get that WWE contract now.
Yeah.
But how do you guys feel about the WWE ID
signings that he posted on Facebook the other day? Dude's looking fucking jacked, bro.
Yeah.
He really is.
I think that, eventually he's gonna thrive. Yeah, I think it's gonna be great. I think Marcus Mathers too. I think he's gonna be another really, really good dude for NXT. I think he fits the bill for NXT very well. Congratulations to both the boys. Really, 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 really stoked for them.
Yep, and tonight, as we're recording this, the live episode, Wrestle Open, they are going to be announcing another signing. And on Friday, Chaotic Wrestling, they're announcing another signing. So, we got some more local people getting signed. I love it. Absolutely love this. But now let's get into topic number 3. And this week, WWE put an announcement out that John Cena will be returning to the Royal Rumble. And the question that I have for you guys is, Who should John Cena face at the Royal Rumble in 2025? What would you guys do if you were booking Cena?
29 other superstars over the top rope where both feet have to hit the ground at the same time to be eliminated. Maybe that. Like an actual fucking Royal Rumble fucking match. Like, what? No. I want to see him in the fucking Rumble. The fuck? Not win it, but just see him in it. The fuck? Because then that can start the feud. Because that can start a feud. Whoever eliminates him can start a feud.
What about LA Knight and John Cena? I wouldn't put John Cena in the Royal Rumble because he's not going to win.
I'd put him in the Royal Rumble to try to win and then have LA Knight eliminate him. Like, that would be a great feud. And then we could possibly have a fucking feud.
Bro, could you imagine LA Knight and John Cena on the mic with each other? Oh my fucking god, bro! It's
gonna be insane. We're gonna run it back. They were already in the same fucking ring on the same mic together, so they're gonna run it back, dude. And that would be a great way if he enters the Rumble, which I want. I want him to enter the Rumble.
He's going to be on the first episode of Raw on Netflix, so January 6th, John Cena will be back.
We're going to get into some of these comments in just a minute because they are some mind-blowing comments. We got some hot takes. But when it comes to John Cena in the Royal Rumble, I can see two things happening. Obviously, they could push him to enter the Royal Rumble because obviously he's on his retirement tour. He wants to win that 17th World Championship. And I could see that being the big storyline for his road to WrestleMania. But if I had to pick, like, an opponent for him to face, let's just say, like, he is in the Rumble, but he also has, like, a little rivalry leading up to the Rumble. I would like to see John Cena versus Drew McIntyre.
Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be sick.
I could see that.
Down for that.
I don't know.
Because McIntyre is, obviously, he loves the clout. He loves, like, having the spotlight. John Cena's retirement tour is going to be the spotlight.
Could you imagine?
So you could definitely do a program there.
You know how much fucking Drew McIntyre trolled CM Punk? Could you imagine fucking Drew McIntyre going back to fucking West Newbury, Mass, and fucking just going all around the city and just trolling the fuck out of John Cena?
That would be a good
for a fact
build.
You know that Orton's going to have some kind of involvement with the WWE title at WrestleMania because not only does he keep eyeing it down on Cody, but they're also slowly turning him back into the OG heel again, which was some of the best rivalries between him and John Cena. So I think it's going to be a triple threat. I'm calling that early.
But I also heard it's going to be Roman, Rock, and Cody in a triple threat match. I don't know how 100% accurate that is, but that's just one of the rumors that I've heard for WrestleMania.
Well, it's all going to be cleared up.
Usually around this time, if you guys watched the WrestleMania 40 documentary, Triple H said, around November or whatever, the WrestleMania card was 90% done. So I would imagine Triple H probably has his mindset, 90% of like what's going to happen on the actual event this year.
Well, let's read some of the comments now. So we got some Cena fans in here. Yes, he should win it. I honestly think he'll be just in the Royal Rumble. Cena should win it and beat someone at WrestleMania to get the 17th title.
Yeah, my
Jordan Kirby. John Cena's going to win it at the Royal Rumble and win his record 17th championship at WrestleMania. Jack Roman. WWE already said Cena will be in the Royal Rumble. Cena would torch LA Knight on the mic. How do you feel about that?
I don't know if he'd torch him. I don't know. It'd be. Bro, I would I wouldn't even give them a script. I would just be like, hey, as long as you don't fucking say anything too offensive.
Here's the point you have to get there. How you get to the promised land does not matter. Just do it.
I feel like LA Knight and John Cena, those are like two people in the company right now that you would be able to send out there without a script, and they'd be able to tell a hell of a story with each other.
Ooh, Cena versus Orton or Cena versus Dominic?
Cena versus
Orton. I can get behind a dirty Dom and
I can see Cena versus Dominic because Dominic is very, 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 very good friends with Ray, and he has a lot of respect for him. And the fact that Dominic has been treating his dad the way he is, I can see Cena shutting that shit
Oh, Jesus
down.
Christ. A fucking 2-year late fucking missed opportunity ass whooping from Papa Cena? No, that's boring as fuck.
Hey, it'll be better than the match he had with fucking Austin Theory, that piece of shit.
Oh, that was so random. I wasn't expecting that. Oh my!
That's what they're doing, Jordan. They're going for fucking Cena Orton 09. That's why they're turning Orton fucking heel and Cena's coming back. I'm calling this, bro.
I do think Cena's gonna get number 17. I wouldn't do it.
I kind of want Cena and Orton to be at SummerSlam.
I wouldn't do it in the
Patience.
first couple months or whatever. I would drag it out. That way, there's more of a story and more for Cena to be affiliated with. Because once he wins the title, like, what's he gonna do? Defend it?
What's he gonna do? Defend it? Yeah, Danny. Actually, yeah, he's gonna fucking defend it. That's what a champion does. A reigning defending champion usually defends their fucking title.
Yeah.
So,
Don't remind me, bro. I can't believe they had Solo and Austin pin Cena.
But the thing is, everybody was like, "Oh my God, is Cody Rhodes gonna finish the story? Is he gonna fucking finish the story?" He finished it. And now everybody's like, "This guy fucking sucks."
Guys, somebody already called Danny a stooge. It's happening. We're back together, y'all.
This is what happens when you bring the OG Big Three together. We create magic. It's
Chaos.
fucking magic.
This was a last minute spontaneous thing. Don't fuck with me.
Danny, I'm mad at you because I wish I had more time to advertise this. We probably would have double the amount of people right now.
I don't even know how many people we fucking have right now.
Right now we got 8 people currently. Lucky.
Yeah, and they're all fucking real as shit.
And
dude.
they're killing it right now. They're
Everybody
killing
go
it in the
on
live
social media
chat.
and be like, "Hey, the fast
We appreciate
of
you guys.
Massachusetts is joining the OGs."
I definitely want to see Cena versus Punk soon.
Oh, that's 100% on the fucking
yeah.
tour. That is 100%. We are revisiting a lot of shit. The only thing that bugs me is one thing though. Before we continue into like the crazy thing,
Block Jordan Kirby. Block
All right, hold
him
on,
right
no.
now.
Nope. Versus Omos. No, so I do want to say one thing right now. I am scared about this tour for a reason. Because not everybody's gonna get a slice of pie. So it's like if you want feuds to be good, there needs to be some kind of like long-term storytelling. And how the fuck are we gonna do that with 1 year with Cena and so many people for him to face? So they are going to narrow it down to the wire. So I think we're gonna get a lot of missed opportunities. But I think that it's safe to say that Orton, Punk, and McIntyre are likely to happen on it.
Yo, I'm trying to see if Cena can go off script and bring up Punk's AEW time.
I would love that. I would love
Yeah,
that.
but Cena's really never been one to really go off script and like talk about other things like that. You know what I mean? Remember when Vince McMahon threatened to fire him and he was like, "I'm gonna walk on somebody else's television show, brother."
Well, Jordan, the reason why I'm scared is because this is Cena's last hoorah. I want them to do it right. I don't want them to just throw him random feuds together and have him feud with a new person every 2 weeks. You know, like we only have 52 weeks in a year, and we only have so much time with this dude, and he has only like 45 plus dates that he has locked in. So if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this fucking right, and that's why I'm scared.
You know what I kind of do want to
Please don't
bring
kill
up?
me when I say this.
It is.
I'm
crazy.
just gonna say this. I would trust Tony Khan more than Triple H when it comes to a retirement build.
Wait, whoa. Run that back one more time.
I would trust Tony Khan to book John Cena's final run.
I'm sorry, I
better
can't
than
understand
Triple
you with
H.
all that dick in your mouth. What? Can you pull it out real quick and speak fucking proper English, Donnie?
I think
that you came
Tony
down with a big fucking case of the
Jordan Kirby,
stupids.
how are we
and
all gonna watch Raw when it goes to Netflix?
Yeah.
We sign into our Netflix account, bro.
all I know is it better
Yeah.
be legendary, and I think it will. I trust Triple H.
Oh my god, dude. Yo, y'all are making me see red now. Yeah, I know you're fucking with me. I have to be getting punked right now. If Ashton Kutcher does not walk through my fucking door in 2 seconds, Donnie, I swear to God, you're gonna get a fucking RKO out of nowhere through the table in front of fucking Nunzio.
And then he's gonna drown you in the pool.
You know for a fucking fact, dude.
Wait.
Ooh.
If you are going to be at the Wrestling Classic, thank you, Ben, for the plug. One of our 8x10 options will be this right here.
You said thank you, Ben, for the plug.
We got Nunzio praying as one of our 8x10s.
Yeah, exactly. See, fucking Angelo gets it. Angelo gets it. Oh my God. Donnie, what the fuck?
Would have you...
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right, I'm going to be honest with you. I was stirring the pot. I just wanted to get you riled up.
But
yes,
here's
exactly. Thank you,
what
James.
I do want to say.
James, you know what the... Shut the fuck up. No, James, thank you. Thank you.
You want to read James's comment, Ben?
I agree with Ben. Cena should go out in style as he was the face of WWE. I hope he goes out better than Angle did. Yes, we're treating our legends with respect this year, bro. I don't want to fucking hear anything about it.
I was just gonna bring that up. The whole thing going on right now with Kurt Angle and him how saying that it was pretty much a waste for him to put over Baron Corbin when WWE did nothing with him afterwards, and now he's gone.
Yeah, even Baron Corbin was upset about it too. I saw him like quote tweet that, and he said like, I would have booked myself as I would have been world champion just to honor Kurt Angle's legacy and make it feel like it mattered.
The only good Baron Corbin gimmick I feel like was the Lone Wolf.
No, please do not put John Cena with Wyatt Six and Uncle Howdy. Please don't. No.
I mean, John Cena does have history with Bray Wyatt. Remember the fucking John Cena in the cage, all the kids in the fucking lamb masks or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hot take. That Firefly Funhouse match at WrestleMania was garbage.
I'm not talking about that, bro. I'm talking about earlier than that. A couple years earlier than that.
Oh yeah, the feud with WrestleMania 30, right?
Yep.
Bray Wyatt and John Cena, that was good, but I don't want to see Uncle Howdy and Cena. You can have them do like one backstage thing, and that's
some kind of interaction there.
Like
you know
one interaction, that's it. No matches, no weekly thing, just one interaction. That's it.
The depressed Corbin was fun. Yeah, the depressed Corbin was actually kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually
it was fucking ass, man.
Bro, I'm not trying to see 3 weeks of Cena standing in the ring and the lights go out every time.
Crazy, honestly.
Crazy is on one tonight. He's on one.
At least he's spitting facts and like saying shit with his chest and standing on that business. So like I may disagree with his opinions, but at least he's like big dick energy in it. So like I gotta give it to him.
And right now, I just want to thank all the Maniacs for like making this new concept like a thing, because this is turning out better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, 5 topics, live audience.
Donnie, put this up on the screen right now. James all day. TK should stop booking AEW.
Yes,
wait,
precisely.
Where is it? Oh,
precisely.
There it is.
Yes, I agree, 100%.
He's turning into VKM less, minus that.
Jordan, you're on it. Yes, Shane, 100%. Yes, that would 1,000% be better than Tony Khan. Absolutely.
All right, well,
hoping Shane coming into the company.
As the host with the most, I do got to steer us back into the topic here. So with our topic 3 here, this is topic 3.
Yeah,
so with John Cena with the Royal Rumble, besides...
Oh my God, we got way off track.
Yeah. John Cena in the Royal Rumble 2025. If he's in the Rumble match, does he win it? Yes or no?
No, he doesn't win it.
I think someone's going to screw him, and that's going to be his feud for WrestleMania, so no.
I think so too.
All right, guys. Well, let's get into topic number 4 now. And, oh, man, I can't wait to see the comments on this one. Because recently... Oh, wait. All right, there it is. Okay, so basically, last night on AEW Dynamite in Bridgeport, which surprisingly, I was not there, Jon Moxley cut a promo, and I do have the audio, so please, this is going to be a try not to laugh right now. Here it is. Here's what happened.
Play it.
To the Lifetime on November 23rd, a shot at the AEW World Championship.
Pretty much a fan yelled, "Go back to Roman," so it gave me this idea. So, with the fan saying, "Go back to Roman," if Jon Moxley returned to WWE, how would you bring him back? So let's say like his contract with AEW is expiring. The end of the year. Going into the new year, how would you book Jon Moxley in WWE currently right now?
I wouldn't bring him back as Dean Ambrose. I would leave him as Jon Moxley. And I'd be the same character he is right now, just with more story behind it and more reason to actually care. You know what I mean? Like, if he's going to be doing this hostile takeover storyline, he needs to fucking, destroy shit. Like, his whole thing is wanting to make AEW better and, rid all the fucking trash from AEW. But he hasn't done nothing. It's the same shit. He comes out, a jobber that we haven't seen in fucking 2 years gets beat up. Jon Moxley cuts a promo on Orange Cassidy and then he leaves. And then maybe he gets attacked by Darby Allin. I don't know.
And then they bully Wheeler Yuta.
It's the same shit every fucking week, bro. AEW falsely advertised yesterday John Moxley is seizing the TBS Superstation. He didn't do nothing like that. He didn't take over a production truck. He didn't go in a production truck. He didn't try and take over the show.
What are
He
we
didn't
talking
beat up
about?
any of the cameramen. He didn't beat up any of the announcers. He didn't fucking unmask Excalibur. He threw a cameraman inside the ring. And that was, oh my God, John Moxley's trying to take over TBS.
Wait, are we talking about Moxley right now? Is that the
John Moxley? Yes.
That's we're in the next thing now. We're at number
Yep,
4.
we're on topic number
okay.
4.
Okay, yeah, keep
Ben
talking.
doesn't
then.
even know where we are.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going. I'm listening.
All right, so here's my thoughts on like what I would do to bring John Moxley back to WWE. Honestly, like I would try to save like the 5th person for War Games, and I would have had John Moxley be on Team Solo to kind of get back at Rollins and Roman.
Are we fantasy booking right now?
Yeah, this is all fantasy booking. If John Moxley came back to WWE, how would you book his return?
I wouldn't. Keep him the fuck away. He's not even that good. And he's a fucking has-been. Like, why? He's a knockoff Stone Cold, or at least looks like one. He talks funny. He's just, he bleeds by every time he sneezes.
He wouldn't in WWE.
I don't know, man.
But it would be kind of cool
in
because he
death
has the
matches. That's why he
history with
plays all the
Seth
time.
and Roman. That's why I would kind of throw him like into this bloodline storyline somewhere.
I don't know. I don't know. I just
Because
I don't know.
imagine Survivor Series, right?
feel like I'm not a
Solo,
Mox
like
fan.
in this new bloodline, they need a 5th person for the War Games match, and then John Moxley comes out. That would shock Roman.
That would shock me.
He said that would shock me.
That's what happens when you fantasy
I don't know.
book.
I think this might be the one topic that I don't really have much to add to it because I don't think I'm really a Mox fan as much as I was an Ambrose fan, and just with
But
where
Mox
Mox
is
is
Ambrose.
now, and where Mox is now, I think headspace wise, it just does not say WWE at all. It just he's doing his own thing. He's succeeding where he can succeed. I don't know. I like Dean more than I like John. It is what it is.
He's getting that bad to cut a promo in front of 7 people.
Well, Jordan actually believes that he should be renamed Dean Ambrose.
He should not. If he goes back to WWE, he should be John Moxley.
I gotta go with Dean Ambrose. Let's see here. Let's read some of the comments, though. They would do a reunion with the Shield in 5-month build just to have them put their fist in the middle, and the bloodline would be like, "You serious, Roman?" I think that would be something Vince would book, not Triple H. Should let Dean go after the one title he never had. Simple reunion with him in the Shield and have him turn on them down the road like old times.
Moxley didn't have a choice, Angelo.
Didn't Mox leave WWE because of creative? Yes, he did.
He left because of creative, and he left a bad taste in his mouth or whatever. And he said this publicly, so it's not like I'm fucking outing something. When they had that whole Netflix, the Shield's Last Ride, that whole Netflix special or whatever, Roman and Seth both got paid, a very hefty payment for that. And apparently the final payment for Ambrose when he left for that match was $500. WWE paid him $500.
Wow. Damn.
Yep, $500.
But what's John's beef with Solo? They never been together. So John, in my fantasy booking, he would be with Solo just to get back at Roman and Seth. That's the reason I would do that, because then Solo, he'd be really trying to get into Roman's head.
Angelo, bro, I don't really necessarily
James
think that's
likes the
something
idea.
that John Moxley
Appreciate
can
that.
control, bro. Everybody gets old and everybody
Ben,
fucking
chill out.
recedes.
Have John Moxley with Becky to make Seth mad.
Oh my god.
Custody for Becky
Enough
match.
Enough
We
of
all
the
know
fucking
Don
relationship
would want it to
angles.
happen so that they can make a John. No, I would want a Dean Ambrose figure. Crazy 101. All right, so yeah, pretty much. I don't think realistically Mox is ever going to go back to WWE. Eventually, maybe years down the line when he hangs the boots up, maybe he makes an appearance and the
Once
Shield.
he's lost
they do
enough
something.
blood.
Yeah.
Angelo, Dean Ambrose did not turn on the Shield his last time in WWE. His last time in WWE was technically that Shield, the 6-man
He did turn
tag
on
or
them the
whatever.
last time.
Mhm.
Yeah, because didn't what do you call it? That was the time when Roman announced that he had cancer, and then Mox refused to.
He was in WWE until a little after Roman came back.
Yeah, that was
'Cause-
2019. His
Yeah,
contract
but
expired.
he didn't turn on him. He didn't turn on him. That wasn't like he turned on him, but that wasn't his last night in the company.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Oh, wait, he turned on them, and then 3 months later, they got back together. Yep, pretty much. That's what happened.
Finish him.
Finish him. But would Mox want to be Dean Ambrose again? That's the question. Probably not.
That's like turning fucking Matt Cardona into Zack Ryder again, bro. That's the whole other stage of his life.
Yeah, so with John Moxley, I will say that comment was pretty funny though on AEW TV though.
Yeah, you
Go
right,
back to Roman. And you know that was a fat person that said that too. Go back to Roman. For real. Oh man. All right, we're getting way off topic here.
At a fucking barbecue joint.
All right, let's get into our
You're
last
right,
topic here. Speaking of Survivor Series War Games, so right now it has been announced that for the Survivor Series this year, it is going to be a 5-on-5 War Games match, even though everybody wants it to be 4-on-4. That's how it should be. But Triple H has other plans. 5-on-5. So as of right now, it is the OG Bloodline, Roman Reigns, Jimmy, Sammy, and Jay, versus the new Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Tama, Kabacho, and Jacob Fatu. So the question is, who should be the 5th person for each team?
I already know. Thanks, spoilers and stupid pre-tape shows. Yeah, and, I do too. But I mean, obviously, it's gonna be Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins, and it's like not even going with the spoilers that people may or may not have seen. What kind of fucking time do we have to build up for anybody else? Literally, like what other fucking time? If you've seen them on TV and they're the only people that we're focusing on, and they're searching for answers, it's them. They're not gonna have time to drag out anything else. It's 100% them. I don't know why they need them per se. I don't know why, for whatever fucking reason they're doing it. It's stupid, but it's the only obvious answer that there really is. Like, I can't see anybody else being 5th members.
Wait a minute. It is really Bronson and Seth?
It's really Bronson and Seth.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's going to be Bronson and Seth. You didn't see the spoiler with Seth Rollins officially joining the Bloodline?
No actual way.
Yeah, Seth is going. Yeah, Seth is on Team Roman.
I didn't. Wow, I should have been more. I don't read spoilers.
I didn't mean to read it. It just fell on
no,
my
that's all.
lap.
Hey, we have a wrestling podcast, so like, I expected this to come out.
I want to see if
shocked.
either of you. I want to see if either of you can break this down to me, because I was thinking about this last night for whatever reason. Somebody in my chat asked me.
All right.
And I was just thinking about it. I can't figure out why. So we all know Triple H gives, Thanksgiving week off to the performers or whatever, to the WWE talent.
Yeah.
They taped Raw last week after it went off air for this coming week. But Thanksgiving is not till the following week. So why are we having a taped Raw this week? What are they going to do for the Raw during Thanksgiving week? Like,
Danny, they were thinking about you because they know how much you love pre-taped episodes.
All right, man.
All right, Danny's gonna be right back, guy. Danny left.
Did he really?
Nah, he's gonna be right back. He said.
Oh, got you.
But yeah. So, oh wait, yeah, I think they're going on a tour.
Oh,
I think that's what
gotcha.
it is.
European tour.
But I know in 2025, I know last week Ricky Knows Best and myself, we talked about that. They're actually going to be like doing like a big tour for like Raw and SmackDown and like house shows like from Road to WrestleMania.
Crazy might be right. They're about to do a best of Raw episode to watch for like the going into the new year before Netflix. That could definitely be a thing. Crazy.
Yep, 1000%. But my thoughts on what? Okay, now that I've had some time to think about Bronson and Seth, absolutely fucking stupid. Like, what's the point?
I would have
here?
picked. I would have picked Cody and Kevin Owens instead because they already have a story going into it. We've already seen Cody team with Roman. You know what I mean? Roman, he was tag team champions with Jay. That would have just made more sense.
I don't know. Survivor Series, I'd rather Kevin Owens versus Cody. Cody needs to defend the title on a PLE.
I would have much rather it having being family versus family instead of family with a couple outsiders that have nothing to do with the fucking bloodline.
I'm glad, Crazy. But yeah, no, I
Seth
got you,
Rollins and Bronson. Oh my god.
Matthew Plagueline, what's going on, brother? You're always in my chat. I recognize.
Hey, what's going on, Matthew? But I don't know, like, my thoughts on that. Like, I can understand Seth Rollins because he did hit the chair on Roman, so that kind of adds, like, another, like, angle to all of this. But I felt like they should have maybe debuted, like, a new Bloodline member for Team Solo.
I don't think I've ever seen Bronson Reed interact with any member of the Bloodline ever. Maybe Jay.
Yeah, he had like one thing with Jay backstage on Raw when they were, I think, trying to be #1 contenders for like the IC title.
I don't like this whole thing. Just makes zero sense.
Honestly, it should have been Seth and The Rock.
The Rock
Final boss should have been on Team
War
Solo.
Games match, bro.
I know, realistically, that's not going to happen.
Ooh, what if Seth hits Roman and Solo pins him again? Ooh, like Seth hanging over what happened at Mania. But then again, Seth put himself out there, so I don't know.
Yeah, but part of me
But
feels
Rollins,
like OG Bloodline has to win.
They could
this
have
match.
him turn heel though, because they do want to have him and Punk feud at some point.
Part of me feels like OG Bloodline does have to win this match because they lost to Saudi Arabia. You know, Roman's lost the last several times to him and Solo met, so I feel like they have to win this match.
I love how you mentioned Saudi Arabia, but you didn't mention the PLE name.
That's because I don't give a shit.
I know. That's why it's funny. But yeah, let's see here. People really expected The Rock to be a part of Team Solo and War Games. I'm going to be honest here. I didn't expect it. I think he might show up at the end and be a part of like whatever the finish is, because obviously they're not going to throw Rock in War Games when he can get hurt.
That, and it makes sense for The Rock to show up anyways, considering Survivor Series is where he fucking debuted in the first place years ago.
Hey, what's going on, Josh Toy Show? It was good seeing you at a big event. But yeah, OG Bloodline for the win.
I do want to put this out there. I don't hate
Saudi Arabia.
This is not a political bait. This is not a political show. But I do want to say, because there's a lot of people that ask me during my streams if I hate Saudi Arabia. I don't hate Saudi Arabia. I hate the human rights issues, and I hate the way they treat a lot of their people over there, especially the women and the children. Cannot stand it. You know, so I dislike a portion, but I don't hate the whole country. I'll say that.
There you go. Good disclaimer.
Yeah, no, that was definitely well said.
That was a solid one.
You actually thought about that one, Danny. Got to give you credit there. But yeah, I don't know. Like for War Games, like with Bronson Reed, like all I know is I want to see a tsunami off the top of that fucking cage. That's the only thing that would make me.
Bro, that'd be like when Undertaker fucking chokeslammed Rikishi into the bed of hay. In the back.
That's the only thing that would be worth Bronson Reed being in this match.
He'd go through the ring. He'd go through the floor all the way down to the basement.
The basement.
Tsunami!
No, he's gonna go through the ring, and then Hornswoggle's gonna be there now that he signed a Legends deal. He's gonna kill Hornswoggle. Oh my god! Oh man! All right, let's see here. So
I want to see Jacob Fatu versus Braun Breaker.
Oh yeah, me and Ben were talking about that a couple weeks ago.
Yep,
that'd
that
be
interaction that they had on Raw a couple weeks ago, bro. Oh my god, I literally had to get off stream and change.
Roman not taking a tsunami, Seth gonna have to sacrifice.
That would be the greatest moment of all time since Edge speared Hardy from the ladder.
WrestleMania 17.
Yep. But yeah, I think having Bronson and Seth, I don't understand the Bronson, but the Seth makes sense. But we're gonna have to see what happens. Who do you want to win this? OG or new?
OG. They need OG.
It's got to be OG. The last several times that Roman has met Solo in the ring, he ends up getting Samoan spiked and loses. I feel like, if he just continues to lose, I mean, what's the point?
Solo
OG
needs that
bloodline
public
has to win.
spanking.
Hey, I'm happy with the way that they've been giving Solo some like pinfalls and wins. They're actually making him feel like he matters.
Solo still, to me, is not as believable as being the tribal chief.
He's growing.
Come on.
He's
he
growing,
beat Jimmy
though, man.
Uso. He pinned Roman. He's building up that credibility.
I feel like Jacob Fatu is more believable, though. Like, when you really put it together.
Give it time.
And it's gonna happen, dude.
Bro,
that's the first feud on the list.
Can we sit here and talk about that promo that Jacob cut on Raw?
I love you, Solo.
That was really good.
I love you, Solo.
Not the phrase.
I love you, Solo.
Bro, did you hear what Jacob Fatu? I don't know if it was a legit account because I don't have a Twitter.
What, is he going to dog walk your ass, Danny?
Did you hear what Jacob Fatu account I said on Twitter? It was like, "Thank you, God, for allowing me to wake up and to have breath in my lungs once again. I love you, so."
I saw that shit. Jesus fucking Christ!
I love, because I feel like
Solo?
what's gonna happen is Solo
You love
Sikoa is
Solo?
gonna be LA Knight for the title, and then Jacob Fatu is gonna be the one to take the US title off of Solo.
Shut up! Don't say that. Don't say that, Donnie. Don't say that. We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
And then after
Shut
Jacob
up.
pins Solo, he's gonna say, "I love you, Solo."
I love you, Solo.
Why are you doing this, Jacob? Because I love you, Solo.
And then Cabacho's gonna, and then Tonga Loa's gonna run down the fucking ramp, and he's gonna trip because he likes to botch everything.
He's gonna trip underneath the ring like Titus O'Neil at the Greatest Royal Rumble.
And then hold on, and then the best part's gonna be Tama Tonga comes in, he goes, yeah. Oh man, we're losing it. Oh god,
Tama Tonga put that shit over, bro.
Yeah. Oh man, we got the Usos are back together. I'm so happy. I think Roman will spear Solo for the win and have a chance. No, he can't pin Solo. Please don't pin Solo. Pin Cabacho because he fucking tripped on like a rope or something.
Oh yeah, legendary pop.
Actually, I feel like Roman could pin Solo because Solo's pinned Roman. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of true.
I don't think Roman should pin Jacob because everybody on social is like, bro, when Jacob and Roman finally lock horns, that shit's gonna be amazing. I feel like they're gonna be very distant from each other in this match.
Yeah. But it's definitely gonna be interesting to see what happens at the Survivor Series.
T-shirt? Oh my god. Bro, did WWE make one? Donnie, you gotta fucking get on that and fucking make one.
Yo, if they make a yeah shirt,
and put fucking Tama Tonga's face on it.
I love Tama Tonga, dude. He's awesome. Ooh, I think they'll let Jay get the pin on Solo to show he is sorry. Yeah, Roman, I could see him actually letting Sammy or Jay getting the pin because Roman's trying to show like he's changed, like since losing the title. So I could see something like that happening.
Jay said, like, Jay told Roman, like, I'm an equal in this. I don't take orders from you. I'm not, you're a little lackey like I used to be or whatever. Because remember during, what was it, last year or 2 years ago, the War Games match that they had, Jay was trying to go to the ring and he stopped him and he told Sammy to go. And I feel like we're going to have a similar spot to that. But they're all going to go up against Roman and be like, no, like, we're doing this as a team. You know what I mean?
I could see something like that happening. Yeah. But, guys, is there anything else before we close off this week's episode of the podcast?
No,
man. I think it's successful as fuck, bro. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Oh, absolutely. And I do want to ask the We Are Wrestling Maniacs while I do the outro to this episode of the pod. Did you guys enjoy this concept? Because I feel like we should do this moving forward, I feel like, for the live episodes.
Oh, 100%.
This was a lot of fun.
100%, dude.
This is great.
Good transitions, good amount of, like, quality, and we're at a good hour and a half. So, dude, yeah, 100%. This is definitely, like, the way forward.
All right, well, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, let us know in the comment section below your thoughts on all the stuff that we talked about this week. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like button now. Remember, this Saturday, if you are in the Springfield, Mass area, the Wrestling Classic 5, We Are Wrestling, and Danny will be there with Little Guido, Nuncio. So if you want to get yourself a 8x10 of Nuncio praying before Tony D'Angelo kills him, you could do that. You can come to the We Are Wrestling table. And the big event, New York vlog, will be coming out on Friday as well. So be prepared for that. A lot of people have been asking me about it, and it is coming out. But if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're listening to this episode of the podcast, give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download the episode. But if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, over on the YouTube channel, where you get the best pro wrestling content, and we do appreciate all the Maniacs that joined us for this live episode. Recommend you guys to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. The link's down in the description below. You can go follow Danny, Ben, and myself on our social medias and other YouTube pages and all our fun little adventures. All the links down below. And of course, to all, hold up, before we close this off, let's read some of these here. We got to have these live podcasts more. Appreciate it. I love the live streams. Yes, 100%. Yes, this was fun. I do appreciate all the love here. But to all the Maniacs out there worldwide, we are take it over. Peace.
I love you. Solo.